Hi, my name is CKnappenberger, and this is my introduction for AEP880 in the fall of 2020. So, looking at some of the basics, again, my name is CKnappenberger. Looking at my family, I have my husband and my son, Warren. These pictures here, I love these pictures. Every year, my husband and I go back to the spot where we got married and take a picture in front of the gazebo. So, we got married in 2015, and this is a picture every year as we had our son. Our son's in it. The first 2 years, obviously, my son is not in it. Looking at my son, Warren, here are just some pictures that I love of my son, Warren. He's the best. He loves to be a superhero. He shares his love of reading like I do, loves Christmas time. These are just some pictures of us at the beach. We love going to the beach. And that's my husband, Chris, and my son, Warren, with us on the 4th of July, and then also on our front porch photos from our quarantine. Looking then at my extended family is also very important to me. The pictures of my son in the top left is my son with my two nieces, Amelia and Juliet. They are being raised basically like siblings to my son. We're together all the time. We live close to each other. I also have my extended family down at the bottom there of my parents and my brother and my sister, as well as my husband, my sister's husband, and all of our children. The big group there in the middle here is my husband's family at my father-in-law's retirement party. Again, my nieces with my son. And down here in the bottom right is my family with my grandmother and my uncle. So just some pictures of my extended family. Looking then at my work life, I am an 8th grade language arts teacher at David E. Owens Middle School in New Milford, New Jersey. I have been there for 13 years. I have loved everything about it. There's a picture there that I love. It's my last day before maternity leave. I had my son about 48 hours later from that picture. And the right there is myself with my mentor, Dr. Perot. She was my principal, and now she's our director of special services. And she really kind of guides me in my professional life. And then down at the bottom is some of my 8th grade team participating in Twin Day, dressing as one another. My education background, I have my Bachelor's of Arts from Monmouth University in West Long Branch, New Jersey. I have a degree in special education, elementary education with a focus on middle level learners. I also have a BA in history. My Master's of Arts that I received is in liberal studies from Ramapo College of New Jersey. And it's in liberal studies, but my focus was in Irish literature and Irish history, which also goes into my cultural background. I also have my Anticipated Ed Leadership Certificate from Fort Hays State University. This will be my last class. Finally, football. We are huge Kansas City Chiefs fans. My husband and I go out to Arrowhead every year, once a year. We didn't get to go out this year, unfortunately. But there's my son, Warren, wearing our Chiefs gear, big Mahomes fan. My husband and I at Arrowhead. Anytime we get a chance to see the game, we'd love to go and see it live. But if not, we'll have to handle the NFL Sunday ticket. Going then to my family history, I have two siblings, one brother, one sister. I was raised by my parents, Jim and Della Carroll. They have been together since high school. They were high school sweethearts that then got married and had their 3 children. On my maternal side, my mom has 4 siblings, 3 brothers and 1 sister. And my father has 4 siblings. He has 3 sisters and 1 brother. Those are pictures of them growing up. Going then to my family background, on my maternal side, my mom's parents are both from Ireland. I am the 2nd generation born here in America. On my father's side, we are English and Irish, but we have been in the United States since before the Civil War. So although from England and Ireland, we don't know too much about the family there because most of the family history has taken place here in the United States. My mother's family is from Ireland. My mom's mom, who's in the bottom left there, is from County Kerry, which is in the southwestern part of Ireland. And my mom's dad, is from County Galway, which is in the northwestern part of the Republic of Ireland. I found it very interesting, my background, and I was very interested in it. So actually during my master's degree from Ramapo, I took a summer study abroad and studied in Dublin for a couple months. And I took the time to go kind of see my family history up close and personal as much as I can. that white cottage there in the picture, I picked that picture because it's actually the house that my grandmother was born in and then was raised in until both of her parents died and she moved to America at 16. So that house we still own and we still go there. That's Trinity College Dublin, which is the tower, and me traveling around the country in different spaces and places because I wanted to learn more about it. After that, I was actually able to gain my citizenship through Ireland, and I am currently a dual citizen between the United States and Ireland through the ancestry of my grandmother. So being Irish is obviously a very big part of who I am. It's very important to me. I want to pass on a lot of the information and the history that I've learned about my grandparents to my son. I would also love to be able to bring him to the cottage in County Kerry in Ireland. Going then to just some traditions, I don't have a ton of, I guess you could say, Irish traditions that I'd like to follow, but one of the big things is religion, which was very important to my grandparents and my parents, which is Roman Catholicism. So that's a picture of my husband and I with my son at his baptism with his two godparents. I feel as though that's important kind of, I guess you could say tradition, but religion kind of being passed down, which is important to me. Also, one of the big things that was always passed down from my grandparents was the idea of always being there and celebrating with family. No matter what was kind of going on or how things were going, we always made sure to come together when big celebrations were coming. So at the bottom, that picture is of my maternal grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary with all their grandchildren who could make it. And in the top right are my paternal grandparents at my grandfather's 90th birthday a few summers back. And again, just being with family is very important. So that's a tradition that I like to carry on. And one thing there, that last picture is Irish soda bread. That's one of the cooking details that has passed on from my grandmother. My grandmother moved to America when she was 16 and she had to leave her home because both of her parents had passed. And one of the things that she brought with her was a recipe card of her grandmother's with the recipe handwritten on it. So I am presently in possession of that recipe card. And anytime we have any kind of family event, I like to make the Irish soda bread for my family. That's pretty much all there is about me as far as my introduction. I'm looking forward to this semester and watching all of your intro videos.